All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're talking about something that has completely shifted from a nice-to-have skill to an absolute must-have for career survival, and that's AI proficiency. This isn't about some far-off future of work. This is about the reality of your job right now.
So let's just start with a really direct question, because this is going to frame everything we talk about. In this new age of AI, are you an innovator, someone who's in the driver's seat, actively shaping things, or are you a spectator, just watching it all happen from the sidelines? Seriously, your answer to that is going to define your career from here on out.
So first up, let's get a handle on the new career baseline. To really get why being good at AI is so critical, you have to see just how much the ground is fundamentally shifting under our feet in the professional world.
We are smack in the middle of a massive, historic shakeup of knowledge work. I mean, the tasks that used to be the bread and butter for entry-level jobs, a lot of those are now being automated. And this isn't just about being a little more efficient. It's a huge structural change. The white-collar job market is getting tighter, and those classic entry points for new grads are starting to dry up.
And if you think that's just some prediction, it's not. It's what's happening today. Get this, a recent report found that 2/3, 66% of leaders, said they would not hire someone if they didn't have AI skills. But here's the real kicker. 71% said they'd actually pick a less experienced candidate who has AI skills over a more experienced one who doesn't. Your years of experience are no longer the trump card they used to be.
Okay, so that's the reality we're facing. What does it actually mean to be proficient in AI? It's time to cut through all the buzzwords and get a real, solid definition.
Think about the change like this. Just a few years ago, digital literacy was the big deal. Being able to use Excel or build a PowerPoint deck. That was the standard. Well, today, the standard is AI proficiency. And that means you're not just a user of a tool anymore. You're an orchestrator. You're actually collaborating with AI to create stuff that's not only valuable, but also verifiable.
Now, this new skill isn't just one thing. It's really a whole practice built on 4 core disciplines. It all starts with prompt crafting. That's about turning a business goal into super clear instructions for an AI. Next up is verification, making sure the AI's output is actually accurate and not biased. Third, you have tool chaining. This is where you link multiple AI tools together to automate a whole process. And finally, maybe the most important one, is measuring the ROI. You have to prove the value of what you're doing.
When you start to build up these skills, they lead to a powerful new way of thinking, a mental model that really separates the people who are going to succeed from those who might get left behind. It all boils down to this: the innovator versus the spectator mindset.
The ultimate goal here, the real sweet spot, is something called cognitive synergy. Now, it sounds a little fancy, but the idea is actually simple. It's that perfect zone where your human strengths, like creativity, critical thinking, and judgment, merge with what AI is great at, its unbelievable speed, and its ability to process massive amounts of information. Innovators live and work in this zone.
And here's where you see the huge difference. The spectator, they treat AI like it's a magic box. They copy and paste without a second thought, and they have no idea how to measure if it actually did anything useful. The innovator, though, they treat AI as a partner. They aren't just using a tool, they are architecting an outcome. They design, they verify, and they measure.
So, how do you start thinking like an innovator? Well, it all starts with asking the right questions. Before you even think about writing a prompt, you're asking, what are we actually trying to achieve here? Is the data I'm using safe? How am I going to prove this is accurate? What's the best combination of tools for this? And the big one, how will I show that this work created real, measurable value?
Okay, so now that we know the right way to think, it's just as important to know what not to do. Let's cover the 5 most common traps, the big mistakes that instantly tell everyone you're still thinking like a spectator.
Think of this table as your cheat sheet for dodging those rookie mistakes. Let's take vague prompting. It wastes your time, wastes the AI's potential, and you get junk back. The fix? Use a code brief. Give the AI context, an objective, the data it needs, and ask for evidence. Or what about risky data habits? Using sensitive information, personally identifiable stuff, that can create huge legal and privacy headaches. The fix is simple. Mask that data. And finally, no ROI narrative. This is a killer. If you can't explain to your boss how this work creates value, they're not going to see the point. The fix is to tie every single AI project to a key business metric.
Okay, we've gone over the right mindset and the practical skills. Now, let's nail down the final, absolutely crucial step:
making your skills visible to the people who are making decisions about hiring and promotions.
Look, it's not enough to just have these skills. You have to know how to show them off. On your resume, don't just write proficient in AI. Instead, say something like, cut review cycles by 40% using an automated workflow. See the difference? In an interview, bring proof. Show them your prompt library or a table that breaks down the ROI on a project you led. This is how you turn your skills into actual career currency.
And if you have any lingering doubts about just how big this change is, just listen to this quote from Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella. He asks, "Every company is now an AI company. Will every worker be an AI worker?" You know, that's not really a question, is it? It's a statement about where we're all headed. The answer is yes.
Which brings us right back to where we started. This change isn't coming anymore. It's here. The tools are here. The strategies are here. The only question left is the one we began with. In this new era, are you going to sit back and be a spectator, or are you going to step up and choose to be an innovator?